Hi. So now that all of my files are ready, I'm going to show you how to seed your local database with data. So I have three terminal windows open. In this terminal window, I have OpenCRVS core, which is running. And in this terminal window, I have my country configuration server, which is also running. So they both need to be running before you can run the seeding commands. So in my third terminal window, I also have OpenCRVS core directory open because it's in the OpenCRVS core directory that you run the seeding commands. So the command to seed your local database is, let me just expand, it's yarn seed :dev. Yarn seed :dev. And that will first of all validate all of your CSVs before it imports each one. So it will validate the role CSV, import it. It will validate the employee CSV and import it, locations, etc., etc. So you can see it has seeded the roles and it's seeded the locations and then thrown a validation error. So the validation error is it has calculated the statistics that I have entered, that I've downloaded from Hound data, and it's calculated all those child locations populations together and checked, does that calculation match the population that's been entered for the parent? And it's telling me that the sum of the child locations population is greater than the total population I'm entering. So there's something wrong with one of these locations, southwest Ethiopia. So I need to look at the statistics file and look at the numbers in southwest Ethiopia and fix them and then try to seed again. But I can't seed immediately. I've got to clear the database each time before I seed, because you can see that roles on some locations have probably already been entered. So to clear the database, you have to run the command yarn db :clear :all, and that will delete every entry in my databases, and then it will run my database migrations again, and then I'm ready to run yarn seed dev one more time. So this is quite a common thing you'll be doing during development. You'll be maybe making form configurations, you'll be logging in, you'll be checking your form, you'll want to make a change, maybe you'll make a registration or two, and then you want to clear your database and start all over again. And the two commands that you need to do that are yarn db :clear :all and yarn seed :dev, and that will put you back to a state where you can start testing again. So I'm going to go and fix the problem with my statistics, and then I'm going to try to seed one more time. Hi. Okay, so I have fixed my issue with statistics, and I'm going to seed again. So yarn seed :dev. There we go. So you can see it's got past seeding locations, and then it's seeded all my test users and also seeded the certificates. So now I can log in to OpenCRVS locally and check the work. So here you can see my copy changes have shown up. I've got the name of the country changed. And if I log in as a registrar, in development, it's just 6 zeros for the two-factor authentication code. We can take a look at the form and check that the address, location structure and facilities have seeded properly. So you can do that on the birth form. On the child's details page, you'll see place of delivery. So I can search for one of the health institutions, one of the facilities that I've seeded. There we go. We can see those hospitals now exist. Alternatively, I can check the address structure, and we can see that we've now got the country properly selected, and we now have 3 standardized administrative levels. And these selects will adjust depending on the selection. So if I choose, for example, Tigray, then I will only get zones associated with Tigray, and then only Moredas associated with that zone. So these, provided the locations that you've been provided with are correct, then these will all work. And if you change the higher order, then everything will nullify, and you'll be able to reselect different regions and different zones, etc. So this is how the completed address structure works after your database is seeded. So you can actually go ahead and make some registrations. So I'm going to make a test registration. This is something you'll probably be doing a lot during development. You'll be looking at your form configuration, and you'll be trying to check that your form looks good. And so the only way to check that you don't have any bugs is to actually complete the registration form. So you might be making lots and lots of test registrations. And that's why having the ability to clear your database and put it back to a state where there's nothing in it apart from reference data is really useful. You can check how everything's rendering, the preview groups, any form configuration changes you've made. And you can make registrations. Like so. And then imagine you want to clear your data again. Simply run yarn db :clear :all, clear your database, yarn seed dev, and all those test registrations will disappear. There you go. No more registrations in the system. So that's how you seed and clear your database with data, and you can keep that process going until you're completely happy with your configuration, and then you're finally ready to deploy to a server. Thank you.